Generic greetings and welcome to Empire Waterworks. Today's beverage is a very standard yet very traditional cuppa tea, the good old reliable cuppa. And reliability is something I'm probably going to need on this video because welcome to the demo of Empire Waterworks. This is a steam engine simulator. We've been entrusted in running and maintaining a steam engine in order to pump water. So yeah, it's a steam engine simulator, and that means things like making sure the boiler has enough water and coal, building up the pressure, getting that into the engine and making sure the engine itself is maintained and bolts are tightened, bearings are lubricated, and finally you have to actually pump water for the sort of job that you have. I don't know if this engine's supposed to be in a state of disrepair slash sort of preservation, but it's a little bit dilapidated. But as I said, the idea is that we have to turn up and run it. So we got that whole simulation part of it and the more game side of it. Like we have to aim for just pumping the water. Some people might just be content with watching the thing work, which well, that in itself is a bit of a task. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to show you a bit of the game, play maybe a day or two of it. Just for the sake of full disclosure, I've played this for a couple of hours and I was lucky in order being given access, an early access to the game. So I'm recording this maybe a week before release, so it's either out now or out on the 19th, whichever is sooner. But again, links will be in the description and it should be fairly representative of the demo. But as it does say on the bottom left, this demo represents a preview of content and features to be included in the early access build. Bugs may exist and optimization is not complete. But let's just see how much fun we have. Truth be told, if I get to the end of this video and the boiler hasn't exploded and sent itself into low Earth orbit, I'll class that as a win. So we're going to go to a new game and we will go through the tutorial and then we'll run it as best we can. As I said, the engine itself is in a state of disrepair slash preservation, and well, we'll see how we get on. So this is our place of work, as you can see. We are either back in time or we are running a very traditional car. Let's go inside here. And it says, welcome to the Empire Waterworks demo, small preview of the gameplay, etc. So 4 possible failure endgame scenarios. No funds remain, reputation, rep goes to 0, boiler has exploded, reservoir pressure is a critical 0. And you can turn on or off various things here. So you can say realistic HUD, which is minimal overlays. That actually probably would be good for a lot of people because they like to, if you basically like the idea of tapping and looking at dials rather than having the traditional HUD, then I would recommend you turn that on. I'm going to say increase starting funds. You've also got reservoir leaks, which we're going to keep on because it is sort of default. So we're going to say, oh, it's limited to 14 in-game days. We'll probably only do a few. So on the top right shows us the day, our funds, our rep, and the merit. The rep, if it goes too low, then like say game failure, and you'll lose that by basically having things go in the red. So you've got 3 reservoirs. You've got residential, municipal, and industrial, and it shows you the PSI under that. So 75, 96, and 114 respectively. And well, let's go inside. Although it does say no admittance. So would you like to go through your tutorial? Yes, we will. So we will open the door and okay, here we go. We have the engine and well, what have we got here? So traditional red brick building, couple of beams here, and we have the boilers, dual boiler, which one of them is, well, I can see I think we can see a flame tube and a door that's fallen off, so that's a thing. There is the coal storage. No berthers beyond this point. That's underneath the engine. This is our engine here, and we have the different cylinders. It'll probably be high pressure and low pressure, one would imagine. There's our big spinny wheel. That's the technical term. And, well, this is the office. We'll go back to the office later on. Right, let's just follow the big red arrows, which is going to give us the tutorial. So, tutorial 1 of 9, the boiler water feed. So, the boiler is the heart of your pumping station. It generates the steam needed to run the main steam engine. All boilers need water to function. Yeah, more news at 11, I guess. Always keep a sufficient amount of water in the boiler. Failure to do so can lead to serious consequences such as boiler integrity loss and eventual explosion. Yeah, that would be suboptimal to say the least. I will be skipping over some of this text, by the way, because it is quite long, and for the sake of time, we'll get to it as best we can. So, try not to open the boiler feed valve more than around 10% during engine operation. Opening further will feed the water faster, but result in greater pressure loss. Basically, it's cooling it down. So, procedure. Interact with the boiler feed valve to open it, and add water to the boiler until it's 90% full. So, there's our sight glass. It is currently water level at 50%. Again, the HUD you can turn off if you're not fussed on than that, you can just literally go up to it and look at that thing. So we need to open that up. So I'm going to say go for maybe, let's put it to, say, 10%. Oh, actually, we can put it up to what we want, because we just need to get this increased to, what would it say? Was it 90%, did it say? 90% full, yes. And during the remainder of the stand tutorial, remember to check the boiler water level regularly and add water as needed. Yes. I've got a couple of gauges here. So we've got the boiler pressure. If it's in green, we're okay. If it's in orange, you might want to check the safety certificates. And if it's in red, then warning, you're going to be dead. If boiler PSI fails to rise with hot fire, ensure all steam valves are closed. And we also have a temperature which is a little bit cracked, and it is currently unknown degrees. I'm guessing it's not frozen. That is going up. So this is obviously the engine as well. We'll spend some time looking at this later on, but you can see there's also dials here. We've got, well, time for a start. We got, what's this? PSI in the boiler, the RPM of the main crankshaft. Is it crankshaft? Yes. And then the output valve position, which is, again, split into residential R, municipal M, and I industrial. And how we're doing over here. So we're filling up. That's okay. Let me just increase this a bit more. You can, you only go up in a couple of percentage as you turn this, but you can use Shift and Q to quickly set it. I wonder if there's going to be maybe options to later on just put up by certain percentages, because at the moment it's default, it's up by 2% up or down. I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, we're okay. Let me just go to Shift and Q, and we'll quickly spin that to closed. It would be nice if we can just say quickly spin that to a certain percentage, but again, that's that is what it is for now. Okay, so to building the fire, the boiler requires heat from the firebox in there, and yes, use the shovel to add coal to the firebox. As the fire burns, the amount of coal will be reduced. Really? Starting from cold dark state, you will need to watch the coal level closely and continuously add coal. As long as the fire temperature is kept above the red zone on the fire temperature gauge, steam will begin to generate. And if the coal pile is too small, the fire temperature will begin to drop. So we need to pick up the shovel, so we'll pick that up, and then we're going to pick up and put it in. So let's go ahead and we will add all of this. I've noticed that sometimes when you go to the coal hopper, like this, it says press E. Sometimes it just says, it doesn't say like press the button, but it's isolated enough not to be an issue. Let's just fill all this up. I'm just going to do it until it basically says done, and then we're going to obviously light this thing. Oh, that's actually done. Right, and yes, we need to get the lighter now. So this is all of the tools. By the way, you can see there are symbols above each of these to indicate where the tools are, because it is easy to lose them. So we will get our lighter, and we will go over here, and there we go. We'll get some fire in that, and then we'll put that down. And then speaking of putting this down, yeah, let's go with, yep, put it there. No, go there. Yeah, it's going on the floor, fine. There's no inventory for the lack of for lack of trying. It would be nice to put a few things like these wrenches and lighter in your pocket, but alas. Right, we now need to raise the boiler pressure. Whilst the boiler is building pressure, it's recommended to close all steam valves associated with the steam engine. Let's go up. And these valves are steam regulator valve, HP steam jacket, is that high pressure steam jacket valve, and LP steam cylinder jacket valve. I could just be making that up, but it sounds about right. Leaving these valves open before the boiler has built sufficient steam pressure can affect the steam generation rate. Recommended to keep the valves closed until the boiler reaches at least 100 psi. During the steam engine operation, always close the steam cylinder jacket valves. These valves consume precious boiler pressure and can affect the performance. So, close them up. There we go, and there's one round here as well, so close that up. I'm guessing you keep them open for condensation purposes. Again, I'm probably just making that up. Let's go back down here. Water pumps and flooding. Oh, maintaining the water pumps downstairs is an important part of running the pumping station, specifically the head bolt tightness. Loose bolts will cause distinct water hiss sound each time a pump operates. Use the number 1 wrench on the workbench to tighten bolts. Let me go ahead, and I'm just going to pick up the shovel and do some shoveling. I think a lot of the time throughout this video, you will see me be doing something and then go, actually, you know what? I need to go and shovel some more. Let's close that up, and the water is going down. I'm just going to pop that open to, say, 2%, and we'll let it do its thing. I'm also going to pick up the wrench for number 1. The number 1 wrench, and we're going to take it downstairs. Take the number 1 wrench from the workbench nearby and head to the basement, and we can see we've got the pump, and then we've got these are the bolts. We're going to tighten them up. So there's one there, and that's the water level. Let me just put this in storage, which is otherwise known as there, and then we're going to pump. So we'll pump this. It says pumps flood water out of the basement and back into the river. I don't know if it goes into the river or whether it goes into... There's another tank in the back outside which feeds the boiler. So I don't know if it goes there or not. Keep calm and pump water, it says on that there. Actually, there's a lot of signs in the game. A lot of them giving you ideas as to what you're supposed to be doing. You can see hopefully that this is going down now. We can also take a ledger update, so there we go, because you want to keep an eye on what's going on when it comes to the ratings and such. There we go, and I can hear hissing, and I'm going to assume that there is a pressure relief valve on the boiler, but you know what they say about assumptions. Let me go and check that out, and pressure is building. That's all good. That's fine. So warming the engine cylinder jackets. Once again though, pick up the shovel, and we will get pumping. We will get shoveling, should I say. There we go. And that's done. So, by now the boiler should be supplying sufficient steam pressure to start warming the engine. Never start the engine until both the high pressure HP and low pressure cylinders have been warmed. The cylinder wear can result otherwise. Excess cylinder wear will result in massive steam leaks and reduce the power. So we can, I think, check the cylinder. It is cold. Oh, okay. To warm the cylinders, open the 2 steam cylinder jackets located on the engine. Ah, right, that's where the problem is. So, upstairs, and open the valves between 15 and 30%. So, let's go with 14% and 14%. This is only from a cold start, you understand. Oh, bring that back a bit, hang on. Nope, looks like it can't. Okay, that'll be fine. That's cold. Won't work. Head downstairs and observe the... Okay. Head downstairs and... Oh, okay. There we go. There's the condensate, I think. As the condensate flows from the jacket drain pipes. 1 drain pipe. 2 drain pipes. And naturally it's going to go into the... Do we call that the sump? Under there, anyway. When the drain pipes no longer exhibit condensate, cylinders are warmed sufficiently. Do not close the valves just yet. Check the coal and boiler water levels to ensure. Yeah, once again, pick up the shovel, do the thing. So, hang on. Why can't I pick that up? There you go. 1, 2. I just keep on shoveling until it basically says you can't do it anymore. Or I think you can actually shovel. There you go. I could actually put some more in, but it doesn't really matter. That's closed. We have water level at... It's going down, so I'm going to open up the valves a little bit more. The fire temperature is at maybe 800 degrees. It is, in fact, dead on that. And pressure is at 180 psi. Condensate seems to be stopped on... Oh, both cylinders now, so I should be able to check that. So we're going to go upstairs, and that is now warm, which is good. And... cold. Oh, okay. Should it be? Check the coal and water levels. Ensure they are topped up before continuing. Fire temperature must be over 500 degrees. Maybe I just need to put it... Oh, yeah. I put it to 14 rather than 16%. Of course. Right. Steam engine lubrication. As you might imagine, we need some lube. So, we're going to pick up the bearing oiler. As the engine continues to warm up, it is now a good time to ensure the lubrication for the engine is ready before it starts running. Right. Just like starting an old engine, you attempt to run the engine without sufficient steam cylinder oil. Cylinder will wear as a result. Excess cylinder wear will result in massive steam leaks. Aside from the steam cylinder oil, the main bearings and valve gear bearings of the engine may also require oil. So, procedure. Oil. So we'll fill up the oilers. So we got these sight glasses here. So we just fill them all up. I think we'll go for a double fill. Go for a bit more maybe, or is that full? That is completely full. Right. So there is bearing number 1. That's main bearing number 1. See, we've got a bronze bearing there. And then number 2. So that was almost empty, which is curious. So we'll fill this up. I find that you don't really have to worry about these too much. It's a very visual thing. So you can be going and doing other things and you quickly just glance over and you can see this. As long as there's obviously some oil in it, then you're pretty good. I am noticing, however, the PSI on the top right is going down for our reservoirs. Right, we're going to drop that there, and, well, yes, you guessed it, we are going to grab all of this and add some more coal, because if the fire goes out, well, you'll be kicking yourself. Like I say, I've played a few of these engine simulators before, and what they do seem to all have in common is it's more of a art than a science. It is really a sort of a fine tune rather than very harsh controls. You have to sort of feather things and making it a nice balance. So I'm picking up this other oil here. This is a different type of oil, and we need to lube up the steam cylinder here. That's now full. I'm going to pick up another can, and then, darn it, it's not that one. Right, okay, downstairs I go then. I'm hoping at some point you can buy more equipment, so have multiple oilers, like just carrying the one around, because you don't have an inventory. You can't just like put this in your pocket, which, to be fair, I don't think you would. But yeah, I would probably have one up the top here and one down the bottom. But this is the HP valve gear oiler. Is that again high pressure? But that is now full. I'll also double check the cylinders while we're on. Hot, okay. And then we'll go over here. Yes, steam cylinder on the container, add oil to the steam cylinder lubricator, pick up the bearing oil downstairs and add oil both the valve gear and oilers upstairs, add oil to the main bearing oilers downstairs using the bearing oiler, check the coal and boiler water levels to ensure that they are topped up before continuing. Fire greater than 500 degrees and boiler at 80 plus. Right, those should now be maxed out. That's fine, and that is now warm to the touch. Right, I will go down and... Good grief. I do think there's something wrong there, but anyway, how we're doing. That's all fine. What's the pressure on that one? Fire greater than 500, we're all good. And water greater than 80, yes. Oh, can hear another steam engine of some kind somewhere. Steam whistle of some kind, I think. Right, let's go ahead and call. There we go. And the tutorial is doing a marvellous job as they just know what we need. Okay, steam engine operation number 1. The mighty steam engine is almost ready to run. Wait until all remaining condensate has dissipated from the jacket pipes. All good. All good, because remember, you can't compress the water. You will find the weakest part of the engine if you do that. Okay. Don't open the steam regulator too far. So, what's it say? We'll go from the top to bottom, as one would imagine. So, mighty steam engine is almost ready to run. Wait until the remaining jacket condensate has disappeared. Yes, this signifies the cylinders, jackets are released warm, and you can then close the jacket valves. So, close that up. And close that up. Okay. Do not open the steam regulator too far, as the engine will respond to throttle inputs readily when the water pump valves are not open and the valve gear are set to 100. It's best to run the engine slowly to begin with, 12 RPM. Okay. Monitor the engine's initial rotations and ensure the jacket valves are closed. You can then reduce the valve gear durations to conserve the boiler pressure. Always monitor the boiler pressure while the engine runs. If the pressure drops too low, steam regulator and or valve gear durations may be set too high. I would have thought those would have been automatic, but there you are. Anyway, head upstairs, touch the cylinder, you get a warm or hot reading. If so, close the cylinder jacket valves, if not, wait for warm. Well, we've already done that, we know they're all good. Once the cylinder jackets are sufficiently warmed, close the jacket valves and open the steam regulator between 10 and 20%. Did it say close? Oh no, it says open the steam regulator valve between 10 and 20% to start the engine. 10 and 20%. Right, middle ground. Let's get it to... Oh, this goes up by half a degree. Yeah, 0.5%, rather. However, you can just go and set it, press Shift-E, and just max it out. There we go. When I want to... Let's call it 14% there. And we're steaming. We're steaming whilst upstairs, which we're not. Begin reducing the valve gear durations for both HP and LP cylinders, setting to 40%. 40 to 60 is ideal. And engine RPM will reduce. What is engine RPM? Hang on, we'll go downstairs. And you guessed it. Always pick up the shovel. There you go, I can't pick up the coal for some reason. No, I can. It's as if it doesn't register the shovel. And that's all good. That's all good. I'm sure that's a massive tripping hazard, but there you are. Pressure, water, just going to reduce that a little bit. Actually, no, I think I'm going to keep it where it is. It was fine. Right, what are we on? RPM. It's not telling me. Tap the glass. There we go. I like that nice little touch. That sometimes it's not working, so just give a little tap. There you go. And similar for this as well. And we can also add it to the ledger, what it's set to. So this is the water output valve position. It's set to residential, but nothing's pumping because we haven't opened the valves yet. Yes, all of this effort, by the way, and currently nothing is pumping. This is just starting up the engine. And I'm all for it. Right, back upstairs. We need to reduce the HP and LP cylinders. So we're going to bring it down to... I'm going to bring it down to 80, and I can audibly hear that the engine is slowed. So, oh, a bit too far. No, that's fine. Let's just keep checking that. Something definitely feels wrong. Pressure's good, water's good, temperature's good. Checking this. I said there's no 0 to 100 RPM on this in 3 seconds for sure. What we on? We've slowed down a little bit. We did expect that. Let's bring this up to 20%. Okay. There's our HP. There's LP. Oh, good. Seems to be working. Hasn't blown up yet. Everything is just dandy. Right, upstairs. Let's go ahead and reduce this to... Well, it says reduce it to between 40 and 60% is ideal. Let's aim for the middle. 50%. Thing is, right, we're going around all this. How hot is this thing going to be around here? There we go. Steam engine operation number 2. The steam engine should now be running at a slow speed with valve gears already adjusted for moderate steam economy. Now it's time to fine-tune it. The optimal engine speed is around 23 to 25 RPM. Very specific, isn't it? There's 2 RPM between it. Okay. This assumes that the cylinder wear is not too high. Wear levels can be viewed on the ledger in the office. That's a future us problem. Assumes that the boiler pressure is at the optimal level, which is 180 psi. 179.50, that's close enough. And yes, always keep boiler pressure between 170 and 180 psi during engine operation. There is currently no danger of overpressuring the boiler. However, there is danger of running too low on water. Always check the water levels using the boiler sight glass. We're on 89%. Good. Hang on, I've been talking for too long. As always, coal. Time for coal. Time for coal. call time. There we go. Job done. Tripping hazard deployed. And right, always keep boiler pressure at 170 to 180 psi. Yes, checking engine lubrication is also very important during the engine operation. Ensure all oil levels are sufficient. We've done those. And even though only one boiler currently operational, very much so, careful fine-tuning the valve gear. It is possible to run the engine indefinitely at 25 RPM. So, ensure both cylinder jacket valves are closed. Increase the engine RPM to a minimum of 23. And it's only 10. Okay, let's set it to 30. Let's whiz it round. If engine slows, check boiler pressure. If dropping, reduce steam regulator settings, should not exceed 60%. Reduce valve gear for better steam economy. Between 40 and 60, ensure both cylinder jacket valves closed. Boiler pressure does drop sharply. Stop the engine to rebuild the pressure at over 170. So if you just basically stall it, you need to turn it off and start again. Check the coal and boiler temperature, all that good, yeah. Right, that's fine. So I'm going to go back upstairs. Remember the economy is to... Oh yeah, you can alter the, the regulator, you can alter from up here as well. Let's just put this down to 40, because it did say between 40 and 60. So we're going to try and run it economically. I think I'm doing right, but then again, it's one of those games that there's no substitute for simply time spent. Let's go for a bit more. Go to 40%. Let it spool up. It's not going any higher. It said don't go over 60%. Oh, we're on to 20. Come on, one more, I think. Tachometer is good. Engine run countdown. We've got 2 minutes. This needs to stay at that level for 2 minutes. I'm going to knock it up just a little bit, just to keep it in the green. And let's go ahead and load some coal. But now this is the highest setting we've had the engine set to, which means that we need to keep an eye on water. Water's staying stable. Temperature's good, pressure's good. Right, downstairs for a bit. Because remember, we had a lot of condensate dripping in here. So I'm going to just pump some water. And I'm seeing a bit of a leak there. Reservoir pressure gauge bolt. It's a wrench 2. We need wrench 2. Did I leave wrench 2 down here? Can't remember. Let me just take a water reading. Whoa. The health and safety on this. There are other machinery, there is other machinery down here. Boiler supply tank pumps. As also, there's a diesel generator over here. And other miscellaneous equipment. This is, as you might imagine, more the electrical side of it. I'll get onto that later on once it gets a bit dark, because there is electrical lighting in the game. Which currently doesn't work, actually. As you can see. That's because it's not grid tied and we have to sort other things out. Anyway, let's see about here. We're all good. When in doubt, when you've got a bit of spare time, come on, there we go. When you've got a bit of spare time, always put coal in the boiler and check the water. Still good. Around the back, you can actually go up to the... This is the coal bunker, coal hopper, as well as this is the smoke box door, is it not? Yes, so you can basically clean the tubes and such. Right, pumping water. So far the steam engine has been running as a museum piece, not pumping any water. Now's the time to change that, finally put the engine to work. I mean, it is a thing of beauty, isn't it? The 2 river inlet valves are located outside. Okay. If the inlet valves are closed, the telltale squeak sound may be heard during pump operations, signifying no water is being pumped. Opening an inlet valve further will allow for a greater volume of water to be sucked into the water pump and the engine rotates. Pumps are always rated at 100 gallons per minute. And by the way, you can see we've got all the, simulation of the steam and everything else here. Brilliant. Obviously, legend displays the amount of water pumped so far. The tutorial does not cover the different reservoir selection for the water pumps nor process of the checking the water pressure. Refer to the ops manual in the office. Be wary of opening the inlet valves too far. Basically, if the boiler pressure is low, attempting to run the engine against high water pumping load can stall the engine. Using the back door of the pumping station, head to outside and open the river inlet valves to at least 20%. Run the engine and pump 2,500 gallons of water. Notice the rise in water pressure on the water pressure gauge, which is currently set to R, which is residential on the right. Notice that slowing the engine down will result in slow water pumping. Using wrench 1 tighten head bolts, optional. Right, let's get this open. So, I've been informed that these can go, well, naturally, from 0 to 100%. Going over 70 is not advised, and there's actually warning signs inside to indicate that we shouldn't do it. I'm going to put it to... You know what? Let's just set it to 50. When in doubt, halfway. Not keep turning until you hear a crack and then back it off. That's what you don't do. And here we go. So this is the river inlet valve. And we'll get that to the 50%. There you go. And we're now pumping water. You can see at the top there, it is indicating that we have pumped already about 1,000. Right, where is wrench 1? Here is wrench 1. Let's go downstairs and start pumping. Start tightening the bolts here, because we've got a leak. I think it's from here. I think that's done. Now where? This one. Okay. Can't imagine doing that in operation is advised, but what's the alternative? Give that a tighten. I was about to say, can you over-tighten them, but I think you can. Loose bolt causes water leakage, adds basement flooding. I think we've done it. Starting tutorial complete. What you've just learned is only the very basics of the pumping station. That's the bit that frightened me after doing that. From here on, you are free to run the pumping station. Soon receive contract offers via the telephone, so make sure you answer. Just game options from the main menu to tweak certain elements. And refer to the operations manual in the office for further information, and good luck. Okay, so a few things on that. Let me just tighten these bolts here. A bit more. There we go. And everything seems to be all right there. So that's done. Let me just drop that on the floor, because we need to use that down there. And I can already see that see on the right hand side, it says that's industrial. That's now in red because the pressure is too low. So I expect the phone to be ringing any moment. Now, one of the good things for the game is, let me just finish this here. Just make sure this has got some coal. There we go. Check the water pressure, water amount and the pressure and the temperature. We're all good. Let me go over here. That's all fine. Water pressure is all good. Let me update that. And well, basically, I need to get some more. I need to get some more water in the industrial. So I mentioned about the signage in the game. There's loads of signage. So there's our pumping station, goes to gatehouse, and then goes to residential, municipal, and industrial reservoir. It shows you if there's any leaks over here, and it tells you about it's a memo of understanding from the mayor's office. Basically, don't pump water with the river inlet valves over greater than 70%. And now the phone's ringing. Okay, into the office. Answer the phone. Any call could be important. Keep calm and pump water. Quite that racket, unknown caller. Thank you very much. Okay, save the game and we'll look at the ledger. So actually, a couple of things that I was going to say. Firstly, the ledger is important. It gives you lots of readouts. So if you want to know what the ideal pressure for a reservoir is, what you've done, all the readouts that you've logged, it's all in there. Secondly, and this is quite important as well, you can reset where you are, reset your tools, and also alter most of the gameplay settings when it comes to demand, minimum and maximum demand, reservoir settings, whether you've got basement flooding, outages, things like that. All of these options are here. So basically, if it's too difficult, you can increase or decrease these settings as you see fit. What am I going to say now? I reckon it's them saying there's too much. Oh, I was going to say, what was that? but I think I figured it out. So that phone call was someone complaining. I think they were complaining that the industrial reservoir is too low. And I can see on the top right that rep has gone to 99 because it's dropped too low. What I'm going to do now then is completely shut off the engine because I want to get things switched over, and I'm going to put it over to the industrial. So phone, and we have to call the gatehouse. What do you mean a busy tone? Excuse me? There we go. So, water upper valve change request, industrial. So what happens now is, because the engine's shut off, it's not pumping water. And we need to move it over to... yeah, the industrial, and it is now moving. That's fine. If you turn it off completely... basically, if you don't turn it off, then they have problems doing it. I guess you could keep the engine running and just turn the pumps off from the reservoir. That might be an option as well. But what's on the phone? I've got to inform you that the municipal reservoir spawned a leak. Low pressure will help us repair it sooner. Severity minor. So we've got a leak on the municipal. That's something we can't fix. I'm going to focus on the industrial part of it, which is now set to industrial. Let's start. Let's pump. So when increasing this, also, again, our task is get things fueled. I'm hoping that with the addition of another boiler, will be a lot easier. I will say the standard thing really of these sort of games would be really cool to run with, like, co-op. I don't think it's in the game's roadmap or anything like that, but it would be cool to see it. I'm just going to make sure that there's oil in here. That's a lot of oil that's being used actually for not a lot of go. So I don't know what's happened there. And there we are. That means that upstairs might be a little bit lower, but I need to drop that. We need to get this up. Increase the percentage. I think I had on 40 odd. It's going up. Let's go a bit higher. Was it 50 odd? There we go. And we're now pumping. Excellent. Okay. While we're having a little bit of a break, we'll get maybe 2 or 3 seconds to ourselves. Here's the upgrades menu. Again, limited because of demo. But adjustable wrench, which is wrench allows you to interact with any bolts in the pumping station. First thing I would unlock. Oh, there's the phone again. Inlet valve remote control, so we can control them manually. Yes. That was close, but it's all fixed. Municipal reservoir leak is back online, no more leaks. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yes. What? Did it? Did you hear that noise? There was like a ting noise. Have I just sheared something? I'm not sure. There's the emergency steam whistle control if we were going to run a night shift. Here is the control for lighting, which I'm actually going to utilise. So we've currently got the power selected to be in the generator. We don't have a generator, so I'm going to say put it to the power grid. That means that we will actually use money when we have the lights on. But, truth be told, the reason I would keep them on is for your entertainment value, so you can actually see what's happening at night. We don't need them now, so I'm not going to waste our money. Right, I'm going to pick up the shovel. I'm going to put some more coal in here. You can see that's gone down a fair bit here. There we are. And I'm now seeing that the reservoir for industrial has actually gone up, and now it's in the blue. Great. Let's go ahead. That noise, whatever it is really freaking me out. It might be a bolt that's untightened itself. It said don't go past 70%. Let's get that to 70%. I think I can probably just whack it up to 100 and just say deal with it, but there you go. That's done. I think that was done. 70, yes. There is the that's the water supply for the that's the water supply for the boiler, which I haven't actually checked in a while. 89%, we're all good. Okay, cool. Keep doing this. All good. What time is it? Oh, it's nearing 5. Tap the glass. RPM is good. Tap the glass. Get the PSI for reservoir pressure. 51. Not going on. Hang on. That says displays the selected reservoir current water pressure. Selected reservoir is industrial. Hang on, have I got that wrong? There's the controls, by the way, for the remote control for the inlets, which we don't have access to. What else have we got in here? We have day shift is 6 AM to 6 PM. Stop the engine before calling the gatehouse. We can say call the gatehouse, call the coal supply, call the refinery. Save the game. And here's our operations manual. Does it save the game when we do this? It doesn't sound like it does. So this shows you how to operate the engine. So it's a more in-depth manual and the tutorial than the tutorial. Back over that one. You've got contracts in the game, which we haven't got yet. The phone will be doing that. The phone will be ringing off the hook later on at some point. Upgrading, hints and tips and troubleshooting, electricity. Yeah, where's reservoirs? Anatomy of a reservoir. There you go. And what it doesn't show is the copious amounts of leaks that these have. I think the maintenance budget has been slashed. So it's was it 6 till 6? It said, yeah. RPM has dropped. Let me increase the RPM to 60. We don't want to go over that apparently. There we are. Just going to get some oil and make sure that the steam cylinder oil is all good. Check the levels. Always check the levels. 60%. So it's gone down a fair bit. We'll add oil to that. That's good. And these are oh, I was going to say those are going down, but we have more of a problem. The phone's ringing. Sorry, I said it's more of a problem, like I'm loading that a bit. No, it could just be them saying, hey, you're doing a great job, or there's a UFO above you. Any reason why you're shaking the ground for such high water flow? I got a call from the reservoir inspectors. The pump reservoirs pressure are okay. Reduce those inlet valves. Sorry. Okay, fine. It did say don't go over 70, but whatever. I've obviously made a mistake on that one. I guess I'll reduce them. Right, let's get them to 60. No, get them to 50. Put them to 50, whatever. Is that slowing the engine down? No, let's put it to 60. As I said before, it's a very, 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 very tight balance of trying to get this all right to the correct speeds and feeds. Right. They're ringing again. Let me reduce that down by a notch. Industrial's leaking. Municipal contract offer. Schoolhouse hydration initiative. Demand is 52,000 gallons, deadline in 2 days. I'm going to accept that. And call the gatehouse. Let's see what happens here. Right, municipal, please. And obviously they're going to be shouting at me, which I think we're going to get a bit of an alert on this bell. Yeah, there we go. So basically, they're saying, this is a gatehouse valve warning. They're trying to change the valves over, but I'm pumping the water while they're doing it. So I'm going to municipal. So engine is stopped. And that is slowly moving. Right, okay. Let's go ahead and do some shoveling. Because we haven't done this in about the last 34 seconds. That's it. I guess representative of what you'll be doing a lot of this time. There we go. Ooh, good grief, yeah. I've really messed this up. No, it's okay. Water's good. That's fine. Alright. It's getting a bit dark now, so we're going to pop on the lights. There we go. The phone's ringing again. Yep. Oil refinery cooling circuit refill. Demand is 130,000 gallons. Oil? That'll be industrial. Oh, whatever, we'll accept as well. Why not? We'll probably be sacked well before then, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's get pumping. So this is the M reservoir, municipal. That says we're doing 23 RPM. Let me just tap the glass. Yep, not so much. And it's increasing. Let's go ahead, get this to, what did I say it was? 56%? Right, that noise is definitely unsettling. Let me go downstairs, because I think it's a ball. Oh, yep, that's probably what it is. Right, okay. Right. Get tightening. Come on. Get some Loctite on this. Let's not shear something off, shall we not? That's okay. I can't tighten that one up. That other one is for the pumping of the water out of here. That's all good. Oh, it's a little bit here. So, one could argue that this game is about a lot of micromanagement. You know, a lot of mini-games, a lot of keeping things going. And I don't think that's unfair. And also not an indictment of the game. It's not saying that in a negative way. I'd say it's a simulation of this. Let's go ahead and pump this. Is that the bilge pump? Yeah, I'm going to need to tighten that. What was it? Wrench number 2. Sort that out. And grab number 2. Head down. So we don't want the gauges wrong. There we go. All tightened. Pump that out. And we'll take a depth reading while we're here. All good. Might as well leave that down here. Right. Just going to check the timepiece. Oh, yep. Time to put more coal in the boiler. And I think we will be getting a bit tired now. Yes, we are. In fact, it shows on the bottom right, tired. So I think we're best off calling it a day for today. Now, I don't know whether you're supposed to shut down the engine or not, actually. It just occurs to me, because I've previously ended the day by going home. See all the skies now. Yeah. Night is setting in. Mindful plant operating conditions before you leave. Damaging events may occur in your absence. I think that everything was all right. Summary since last rest. Pressure's okay on residential, municipal, and industrial. Revolutions is 485 and gallons pumped is 35,000. Ah, good morning. Here we go. So we still have active contracts, which is the schoolhouse hydration. Oh, things have slowed right down. Okay. So, let's turn that off. Let's build the pressure back up for the morning. Like I said, I don't know whether they're supposed to turn it off or not. But we're going to do another day. So we'll build up pressure once again. There we go. I can turn that to off, which I'm hoping I'm going to keep all right. Still going to do the municipal. Let's just double check temperatures. That's all hot. Ow. Does the guy got... Yeah, ouch, yeah. Right, so that's fine. Boiler pressure is building, I think. Let's just go for more coal. That's fine. So we just need to wait for that to build back up. Engine slowly going down. I say we're going to do the municipal first. Or do I switch it over to industrial? Although we know that if we switch it over to industrial, it's going to take longer to repair the leak. And the PSI for the residential is at 58, I believe, according to the ledger. We have to be on, ideally, between 50 and 90. Yes, it is. So actually, we can be okay on that one. Municipal is 75 to 140. We're actually on 86. But we've still got the school hydration initiative. Pressure's building. Water level is all right. Put that up a little bit more. Did I put this down to... Our requested power is 30%. Close entirely, please. I thought I closed it entirely. Close it up. Close it up. Build the steam pressure back up. I want to really build it back up. Alright. Again, only working on one boiler. So, I don't know whether it's designed to only work on one boiler, but it is what it is. Pressure's building. Temperature's good. Water gauge is going down. Let's put that up a little bit. Oil. We'll do some oiling while we're here. Because, naturally, need to keep it running. I didn't do upstairs the oilers upstairs, the little ones on the bearings up there. So I'm going to probably have a look at that later on, once I've done these. And I'm just hearing the pressures go up. It's like an audible rise, so that's going up. This should be good. Lubricator's at 87%. These, not so much. This is the... What? There's a red... What? I'm seeing a red little house symbol on the top right. What does that mean? I think it means workday start. But I don't know. Municipal's going down. Yep, okay, everybody's calling and everything's going wrong. Right, looks like I'm going to take the call and then they're going to shout at me. In the meantime, I'm going to... going to pump some water. We should be okay now. Yeah, we're all good. Let me get this to... Yeah. Set the to... Requested power. Let's just get this going. Come on. Let's get pumping. Eventually the phone will stop ringing. There we are. Right, now we're pumping. But I've lost some funds and some rep. All fixed. Industrial reservoirs back online. Yeah, but I've went under the reservoir limits. Which might be a little bit too harsh for my personal touches. But again, I've mentioned about the game options. You can alter all this if you do so desire. I mean, I'd just be content with making sure that the steam engine runs perfectly well and the whole simulation of it. Which is what drew me to the game in the first place. It was what made it like most interesting part for me. How we're doing for pumping? Doing all right. That's hovering right on the level at 87%. Probably get that to... Let's get it to 60. It says don't go over 60 ideally. There's the revolutions going up. Ledger update for the positions. Reservoir pressure is good. So we got 1 day and 39,000 gallons to pump for the school hydration initiative. I mean, let's say this thing would have back in the day been, you know, in charge of pumping so much water for everything really. Naturally into holding reservoirs and then onwards, but yeah, important piece of infrastructure. Like I say, now within sort of in preservation, but we are using it in anger. Let's go ahead, get some more coal. in here. Oh, good. There we go. Roaring fire. It's interesting that a lot of it you can just tell by the sounds. The sound design is there. It's good. RPM is good. And pumping is good. What else have we got on here? Important, check all contracts, incoming installment, gallon drainage due for next day. Ensure you're ready for the reservoir water level. So you want to make sure that it's right for the next day. What's this? Oh yeah, these are our contracts. Oh, that's good. I like that. Apparently that makes the phone ring. Half my washes don't start. They're all blinking low flow. Customers are yelling at me like I control the river. You all got to do something. And there's my rep drop too much. Do we have enough coal and steam oil for the next shift? Gatehouse closes after hours. Yes, after hours you can contact the gatehouse, but you have to use the steam whistle, which I've not actually done. There is one somewhere. Oh, Empire Waterworks, water pumping station, established in 1921. So yeah, reputation, we've lost 3 reputations since starting. We're on day 2 of the demo. We'll probably only do the rest of today. Oh, there's the phone ringing again. Hang on, let me go back. Can you blow that whistle out front? I want to hear it. It's as if the game is listening to us. I wish we had 10,000 generic units of currency and a rep at 100. Apparently not. Right, steam whistle. Where is steam whistle? Oh, there's a bit of subsidence there. Okay. Will that be the chim? That'll be the exhaust for the diesel generator, I would imagine as well. Steam whistle. Steam whistle? I'm obviously missing something really obvious. I'm not running all the way to there because, frankly, I know I'm going to have to put more coal in the boiler. Right, where's my... Hang on. I lost the shovel. Oh yeah, shovel went into stealth mode for a second there. Coughing? Why? Come on, coal popper. That doesn't sound good. Pressure's good. Noise. Noise. Water level's alright. Probably open it up a little bit more, actually. The RPM will drop, though, because, yeah, we're probably putting too much water into the boiler, which means it's going to, yeah, reduce the pressure. We're only just in the green. It's difficult to see, but we are in the green there. I'm getting too close to that thing. There'll be something obvious about that being like it is. Oh, oh no, we have got these here. Wrench number 1. Was it wrench 1? It is wrench 1. So we'll give these a type. Oh, good grief. Right. That should be them good, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll check the other ones while we're on. So 1 there. And that's easily a 1, 2, 3, 4. Bit more. Just weld them shut. Maintenance is for future people. Alright. Let's go ahead. Pump. There's not much water in here. It's all good. We have managed to pump. Where are we on? We're up to 1 day and 25,000 more gallons to pump for the active contract. And municipal has gone into the green, which is good. Core level is high. How we're doing for RPM. Still not ideal. And that's a bit too... So that won't help at all. We just need to start feathering things now. I wonder if there's something up there that I've messed up. Probably is. Hot. It's alright. It's all good. These are good. I haven't altered these adjusters. We haven't adjusted the adjusters. It's all good. Cylinder oil, I'm not going to put in just yet. It's probably something fairly obvious after the fact about what's going on here, but we'll power through. Like I said, as long as we don't send the boiler into low Earth orbit to have a chat with the Hubble Space Telescope, then we class that as a win. The residential water pressure, however, is getting a bit too low. It's up to 54 PSI. Okay. What else have we got here? Coal and oil deliveries occur at 6 p.m. Okay. Whistle codes. 1 engine ready, 2 starting engine, 3 stopping engine on reservoir pressure problem. Medium blast, shift ends. Oh, and there you go. There's the clock. I'll be honest, I have just discovered the whole zoom in thing. That wasn't obvious. It's right click. Yeah, okay. Oh, right, okay, that was a bolt and the phone is ringing. It'll be, well, the industrial again. How's it going? Pumps happy? No leaks, squeaks or freaks? Leaks probably. However, the rest of it are not that too bad. I don't think. I'm sure that the comments will correct me on this one. Yeah, something's definitely off there. Right. And I am running the lights as well, which is going to cost me money. Oh, we got some water. It was wrench number 2, wasn't it? This one again. No, it is wrench number 1. I'll put that in a different pile on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you not just keep tightening them? I don't know if there's any downside to just give them a check. I said this is the diesel engine. I've really not messed around with that. I really haven't. Pump any water, because there's a little bit in the bottom. Hardly any actually, but it is there. Boiler supply tank pumps. Not available in demo. Okay. We're up to 14,000 for our... oh, hang on. Right, hang on. Phone. 1 second. Let me just... Call. And answer the phone again. It's going to be the industrial complaining, probably. Quite that racket, unknown caller. Just one of the random events there. Let's have a look around the outside while we're on. So I've mentioned about this. This is the water for the boiler. So there's no water there, but there is water there. So we know it's below that point, but above that one. So we could probably do with getting some more water. Ironically, we're a pumping station. We can't pump the water into there. We've got the car over there, which we mentioned. Big building, isn't it? We've got a big beam engine in there. What's this over here? What is this over here? Diesel bulk storage. That's the diesel tank. Good grief. Wow, okay. That's fairly happy. Oh, is this the steam whistle? Steam whistle type 2 valve. So that I was expecting like a big chain with like a wooden handle on it. Yes, this whistle used to signal a gatehouse after hours emergency. Attendance only 2 rep points upon gatehouse after hours. Ah, so if you have to use that, if you have to use the steam whistle, then well, it's not ideal. That's slowly going down, isn't it? Oh yeah, pressure is going down. RPM, I'll reduce it. Which is suboptimal. I feel it's like maybe ratios or something. I mean, I'd be very tempted. I just want to see what happens if we were to just max this out. But we are heading towards our... Which ball is it now? Which ball is it now? We are heading towards, let's say, the contract. Contracts. Okay. Also, we got a lamp here. There you go. Because we should turn the lighting off. Save some power at least. Okay. So as I said, we've got 8,000 more to pump for our municipal, and I don't know what the maximum PSI was allowed for municipal. Was it between... I'm hoping it's about 120 because we're up to 91 PSI. Hang on, let me double check. Ledger municipal, ideally 75 to 140. We're fine, no problem. Operations manual. Operation. Never turn the engine over if the cylinder jackets are cold. Yeah, we've done all that. That's all good. Pressure thresholds, demands. Yeah, there's definitely something I'm missing. And it's probably going to be obvious, but I will be corrected, I'm sure. Alright, let's sort that out. Alright, what have we got down here? Alright, let me get the number 2 wrench on this job. No, it's number 1 wrench. Always get up the wrong wrench. Can't wait to treat myself to an adjustable. Which I'm sure is sacrilege to some people, using an adjustable. Marring all the boards. Oh, hang on, wait. Ah, yeah, when you get to a certain bit, we can't tighten any further. We can't go any further. All right, that's good. Every day is a school day. Every day is a school day. There we go. That's good. Get these all sorted. Yes, yes. Yeah, come on. These are going nowhere. Right. Here we go. Just strip the threads and call it a day. Yeah, cool. Drop that. Right. So, what would be the next goal? Schoolhouse Hydration Initiative, working on that. It would be definitely industrial, because that is already low. We did have the leak anyway before, didn't we? But we already had, you know, that's already low. So we want to pump into that as well as get the oil refinery cooling circuit refill, although residential is just about to go under the minimum threshold. So might be best to pump a little bit of that and then... Oh, there you go. It's just went underneath. Okay. Because it's ideally between 50 and 90. So it really is trying to find the balance of the reservoirs and obviously managing the contracts as well, which is something I'll freely admit I have not yet got down. But I think it's an indication of just this demo alone is, you know, we're already quite long in the video's length, and this is a 14-day demo. We're on day 2. So you can spend a lot of hours in this thing, and obviously spending time learning the engineering, getting understanding on how it feels and how it runs and operates, which I find is, like, say, a lot of the times the case with these sort of games. And it looks like we have done the active contract. I think that is actually done. I don't know if we have to turn it in or whether it's automatically done. That's done. We've actually done that, and also now what? Industrial reservoir pressure is below the threshold, yes. So what I'd have to do is I'd have to go to Gatehouse, and I'm going to go to Industrial, and then we'll turn the engine down to 0, because obviously it's completely, yes, running far too high. But I think we are pretty much there for this little run through. We'll knock the engine off, and we will call it there for this little demo of Empire Waterworks. I'm going to go to the main menu because, quite frankly, oh no, wait, no, we'll save that up first. I was going to say, we'll go to the main menu because otherwise that ringing is going to oh no, I guess we have to wait for that bell to complete. We have to wait for the the changeover. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, changing over to the industrial, running that. One contract is already done. The other one will be done in some amount of time. Although how many gallons did we pump in that little contract? Maybe 35,000, was it? I can't exactly remember. But after that, we've got only 2 days. God, the bells. How's it going? Pumps happy, no leaks, squeaks. No. There's loads of stuff going on, truth be told. That'll change over momentarily. But yeah, Empire Waterworks, the steam engine simulator. That is, I think, now changed over. It should be done. There we go. And we can go back to main menu. Anyway, as I said, there's a little run through of Empire Waterworks. Definitely a brief overview of this sort of game, because it is one of those you can put copious amounts of time into. I very much enjoy my time with it. Like I said, just the engine running and management side of it, I would be here for. And obviously, you've got the whole contracts and things to manage that and stuff. So you have got the sort of extra bits if you are wanting them goals, other than just the steam engine simulation part of it. You've got, like say, the goals and such. But yeah, that's an early look at this build of the game. It's either out now or out on the 19th. I'll put a link in the description as always. If you have any tips, comments, suggestions, then let me know in the comments what you think. And any feedback, I think, is very much welcome from the dev as well. So yeah, let us know what you think on that one. Hope you have enjoyed this. If you want to see more of this sort of thing, then be clear on that one. Let us know in the comments, and it would be nice to hear. Either way, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.